Alright, this is my second time recording this video because the first time I did, I got to the very end and my PC just shut off for no reason and fucked the entire thing up. So here I am on take two. This video was supposed to be up at 5:30, but now it's looking like, 7-ish. Anyway, every day, videos 5:30 p.m. Eastern from here on out. Also, I'll be streaming when this video goes up, so if you want to come check out the live stream, I'll drop that first link in the description. Anyway, let's jump into this. So today's story time all takes place when I was 15 years old. Now, 15-year-old Luna wasn't doing much at the time, just hanging out in his room playing some Call of Duty. It was summertime, I was enjoying the summer air, the window was open, there was a nice breeze. I was having a great day like I usually do in summer, right? Well, one of my friends hits me up. Let's just call his friend Alex. Alex hits me up and he's like, yo, you want to hang out today? I was like, yeah, man, of course. And he comes over to my house and we just kind of chill there in my room and play some video games for a while. And then another friend hits me up. Let's just call his friend Justin. Justin hits me up and he's like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, I'm with Alex. What about you? He's like, shit, you guys want to hang out? I was like, yeah, man, come over. We're here right now. So then Justin comes over, and now there's 3 of us in total, and we're just bored in my room trying to find something to do. And Justin has the idea of, hey, why don't we go walk around the mall or something? Now I had nothing better to do with my life, and neither did anybody else, so we're like, yeah, let's do it. So me, Justin, and Alex venture out to the mall. We walked there. Got there within like 30 minutes, and we're just walking around, bored as hell, going through stores, looking at stuff that we can't afford because we're all broke. And we realized pretty quickly that the mall was not the move. So anyway, yeah, after like 20 minutes of being at the mall, Alex looks at me and Justin, and he's like, yeah, I want to go home. And I was like, yeah, let's get out of here. So we leave, and we walk back to my house. We all sit down in my room, just once again doing nothing. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, fuck, man, what can we do? Like, I'm bored as hell. We're all, like, on summer break. We gotta figure out something to do so that we can enjoy our day and have fun. And then Justin's like, well, I have an idea. And I was like, what is it? He's like, why don't we go explore something that's abandoned? Now, when I was 15, I didn't really explore abandoned shit that much. That was more, like, 16 to 18 area. Like, that was really when I was, like, exploring a bunch of abandoned shit. But you know what? We had nothing else to do. So I was like, yeah, man, I'm down. You got anywhere in mind? He's like, actually, yeah, man, there's this abandoned school, like, right down the street. It's an abandoned elementary school. We should go check it out. I was like, wait, really? Like, it's fully abandoned? He's like, yeah, man. So me and Alex take his word for it. We get up, and we all leave my house, and we start walking towards this abandoned elementary school that was apparently, like, 20 minutes away. So we let Justin lead the way to this abandoned elementary school. We get there 20 minutes later. And the minute we walk into this abandoned school's parking lot, I realized something. This school did not look abandoned in the slightest. It looked like a regular-ass school that didn't have people there because it was summer. So I look at Justin and I'm like, yo, are you sure this place is abandoned, like, before we go inside? It just looks like a school that's closed for the summer. He's like, nah, man, I've been in here a bunch of times this summer. Like, it's abandoned, trust me. Just wait till we get inside. So I took his word for it. Me, Justin, and Alex, we found an unlocked window and we climbed through it into this elementary school that was apparently abandoned. And the minute we got inside, once again, it did not look abandoned in the slightest. So I look at Justin and I'm like, dude, this is not an abandoned school. He's like, yeah, it is. What do you mean? Like, look, all the classrooms are empty. Like, they have all the chairs and the desks and stuff in the hallway. Like, they're about to throw everything out. I was like, Justin, you idiot. Like, they do that every school year. Like, almost every school in the country does that. When the year's over, a lot of the time they'll move a lot of the stuff that the classrooms were using into the hallway and, like, replace it and reorganize it and stuff. I know that all the schools I went to growing up did that. Like, when summer break would happen and school would let out, they would move all the chairs, all the desks, and just everything in each classroom into the hallway. That way they could clean the room better, and then every year, when the new year would start, they would reorganize all the desks and chairs into different rooms and just kind of, like, reorganize the whole school. But anyway, yeah, every school I went to did that. So when I saw this at this quote-unquote abandoned elementary school, I realized pretty fucking quickly that this school was not abandoned. So I look over at Justin and I'm like, dude, this school is not abandoned, bro. He's like, yeah, man, like, this is definitely abandoned. I was like, no, it's not. Maybe for the summer, but not, like, as a whole school. It's not abandoned. He's like, all right, fine, we'll leave then. So we turn around and we start going back out the window because, it wasn't a fucking abandoned school like he thought it was. And as we're climbing out the window, 2 cop cars pull up. And Justin takes off running full speed into the woods. And me and Alex are like, fuck, now what? So we have 2 choices. We stand there and let the cop approach us and probably get in trouble, or we run as well. Now, I can't lie. I was only 15 years old, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking, like, I could just stand here and talk to the police. Like, he's not going to arrest me. I'm only 15 years old. He probably thinks I'm a student at this school. As long as I'm nice to the cop, I doubt he's going to do anything like arrest me or anything, because I'm pretty young, and that's pretty unlikely. But as I'm thinking that, I look to my left, and I see Alex running full speed towards the woods as well. So clearly, Alex made up my mind for me. So I start running after him, and I'm the last person to start running, so the police are closest to me. There's 2 cops chasing me, and Alex follows Justin into the woods and runs there, and then I run to the right. I ran a completely different direction towards some other building, and I was running around it, just trying to get these cops off my tail. And I quickly realized after we split up that the cops also split up. One of them went towards Alex and Justin, and the other one went towards me. And luckily, the one that went towards me was a little bit older and not very fast, to say the least. So I end up getting a pretty good, like 50 feet ahead of him. And I turn the corner of the school building, and I see these 4 porta potties in a row, all unlocked. And I get in the one in the very middle. And I do it super quick before the cop can turn the corner and see me doing this. And yeah, I shut the porta potty door. I leave it unlocked so it says vacant. And I stand on the toilet, and I look through the little holes, the little air holes on top of the door. And I'm staring through there. And I see the cop turn the corner, run up to the porta potties, stare at them for a second, like thinking maybe he's in there. Like, should I check? Should I not? And then he turns and just keeps running in that direction and doesn't even check the porta potties. And looking back on this, the porta potties were such a stupid idea to go into because he really could have just caught me right then and there. Like, any other cop probably would have looked. But luckily I got the cop that was like, nah, I'm not gonna. So he ran in the direction he was already running, and I let him run for like a whole minute. And then when he's gone and out of sight, I open the porta potty door and I run in the other direction. And I ran for probably like 2 miles straight, just did not stop because I did not want to get caught. And finally, when I was completely like as far away from that school as I possibly could be, I pulled open my phone and I had 2 missed calls from Alex and Justin. And I called them back, and Alex answers, and he's like heavily breathing. And he's like, yo, where are you? I was like, I don't know, man. I'm like 2 miles away or some shit. Where are you? He's like, I'm in the woods. I'm like, what woods? He's like, I don't know. They're by the school. We're just hiding right now in a tree. I was like, you're in a fucking tree? He's like, yeah, man. Like, we couldn't run any longer, so we climbed a tree, and we're just kind of chilling up here waiting for the cops to leave. I was like, are they in the woods? He's like, yeah, man. They got backup. There's like 3 of them looking through here. I was like, are they near you? He's like, no, not right now. They went in some other direction, but they're probably going to come back. I'm like, bro, now's your chance. Get the fuck out that tree and run out of the woods. And that's what they did. And they got out of there pretty quick. Now, the rest of that night was super sketchy because obviously they were looking for us in that area. So getting home was going to be a little bit of a challenge. So we're like, all right, we need to figure out how to do this properly. So after me, Alex, and Justin all met back up, we went to a Walmart nearby. We walked there really fast. We got inside, and we used all of our money put together to buy 3 cheap-ass hoodies from Walmart. That way the cops didn't see, our previous outfits. We'd have new outfits to wear, and they couldn't identify us by our clothes. Now, looking back, we probably should have just fucking walked home instead of going to Walmart, but whatever, it ended up working out anyway. We left Walmart with our new hoodies on. We went home. No one stopped us. We did see a couple cops, but I don't think they were looking for us anymore, at least. And we got home fine, back to my place. And the rest of that night, we stayed our ass inside and played some Halo and just didn't do anything else because we did not want to go outside for the rest of that night. But yeah, moral of the story is, Justin's a fucking dumbass. That school was not abandoned in the slightest, and the minute we got in that school, there was fucking cops there looking for us. I'm assuming there was a silent alarm or something in the building, and the police station was right down the street, so they were there in like a minute. But yeah, moral of the story is, don't be stupid like Justin, or all of us for that instance. We were all pretty dumb in this story time, so just don't do what I talked about in this story time at all. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.